Canadians know that the carbon tax is making life more expensive. The PBO also knows this. The Parliamentary Budget Officer has reported that when the economic cost of the carbon tax plus the direct costs that consumers pay, that the rebates that some receive still leave the majority of Canadians poorer as a result of the carbon tax. And the government's own data supports this, yet they were suppressing this information.
Madam Speaker, the Liberals promised to be the most open and transparent government in history and said data paid for by Canadians belongs to Canadians. Well, that promise is just a sick joke after 9 years of secrecy and cover-ups. Yesterday, Common Sense Conservatives forced the NDP-Liberal government to release some of the data that they've been suppressing, which proves that the carbon tax costs every Canadian family nearly $2,000. The Environment Minister has misled Canadians. When will he resign?
In 2015, the Liberals promised that they would make housing affordable for everyone, and yet after 9 years, the price of real estate across Canada has more than doubled, the rents in some major cities has tripled, and yet they keep repeating the same promises that they've been breaking since 2015.
This budget 2024 says, quote, "We can make sure Canadians at every age can find an affordable home," unquote. But the 2015 Liberal platform said the same thing. It said, "We will make it easier for Canadians to find an affordable place to call home." This government is repeating old, broken promises verbatim. Never mind that housing prices have doubled in that time, and that rents in some cities have nearly tripled in the 9 years between they made those identical promises. So just how much credibility does this government think it deserves for anything that it claims in its various announcements?
Right, because Minister, you have a credibility problem. Your government has a credibility problem when you announce delivery or announce that something has been acquired. You had already announced in the case of the defense system that we were procuring for Ukraine 14 months ago, you said it was on, your predecessor said it was en route. But your testimony today is, and we know that it is not even produced yet.
And we've seen, since this began to unfold quite some time ago, the current minister gets up and claims that as soon as they knew there were governance problems, that they took swift action. And we know that it was only through the whistleblowers, the workers themselves, that brought this to the public's attention at tremendous personal cost to themselves, that we even know the depths of the corruption at work here.
After 9 years, this government is out of touch and Canadians are out of time. We're calling on them to call an immediate election. And if this government does make it through the summer without calling an election, we'll be back in Ottawa in the fall to hold them to account every step of the way until an election is called and Canadians have a chance to elect a common sense Conservative government.
And Canadians know that as government piles on more debt for more spending, that they're going to be the ones that have to pay for it all. They know it's not going to be the ultra wealthy that will just cheerfully pay a little bit more because, you know, it's only fair. Canadians know that it's going to be the workers and seniors and small business owners, and especially the young, who end up paying for the intergenerational theft that's contained in this budget. And that's why Canadians are increasingly ready for a government that will axe the tax, build the homes, fix the budget, and stop the crime. And that's why I will vote against this budget. I'll vote non-confidence in the government. This government's out of touch. Canadians are out of time. Let's have an election and bring in a Conservative government to clean up this mess.